So, welcome back. I know we said that we weren't going to put wheels and tires on this truck right away. The stock wheels just aren't cutting it anymore, so that's going to change right about now. Pulling this in, taking the wheels and tires off of it, taking these wheels and tires off the mega cab, slapping them onto that truck, and we have something new coming later in the week for this truck. I know you guys haven't seen this truck in about, let's say like 4 years, but it is back on the channel. It's not 100% yet, but it does run, so that's a big part inside of this truck. We need a new rear bumper for it, a new tailgate. I have to get the rock chips all fixed. Something about me and rock chips, just, I don't know if I'm meant to give everything rock chips, but this thing is covered in rock chips. So let's get this truck pulled over there, that one pulled over there, and take these wheels and tires off. And then I probably got to roll around on baby wheels for about a week. That's gonna look god awful on my truck. No. This is probably like the 9th set of wheels I've been on this truck, and it's about to be the 10th. It should look pretty good on Ash's single cab, and I forget how big 37s actually were, not on the truck.
Oh yeah.
That's like a crazy size difference. Time to do that side. Is where Ashton falls in love with dually. So, little short story. He did not want to buy a dually at first, and then I think I kind of persuaded him into buying a dually. And he's always had single wheels, so I think now that he's got wheels and tires onto his dually, he'll probably fall in love with dualies and only want dualies from here on out. Because, come on, dually. I forgot that thing was even in existence. My big dually, that's a dually. There's like 4 dualies outside, and we need to buy like 10 more dualies. Oh my goodness, and ew. What these are TIS 544Bs, 20 by 12s in front, 20 by 8 1/4 in the rear. I'm 37 1250s back here, 37 1350s up front. We are running a 2.5-inch spacer on the rear because it is a cabin chassis, so we wanted to make sure we had a little bit extra clearance up against the leaf spring. We have to get that wheel fixed. So about a year ago when I got these wheels, I had the backs powder coated because the rears were originally chrome, and then when I got new tires put on them, that kind of got laid down onto my gooseneck ball in the bed of that truck. I don't know, but if you ask me, I think this thing looks insane now that it has some wheels and tires on it. Unfortunately, the mega cab has to suffer for about 3 to 4 days. But good thing my boy Andy over at Crown Custom is getting me hooked up with a fresh set of wheels and tires for this truck. Of course, there will be TISs, and I think we're doing 22s on it. Those are 20s. We're gonna put the 22s onto this. I'm still trying to decide if I do 35s or 37s again on this truck. 37s look amazing, but I think with the 35, it should ride a little bit better. I don't know, drop a comment below what you guys think I should do. 37s and 35s are the options. But we are gonna head back to the shop really quick because we have one more thing that I bought for my truck that we're gonna put onto this truck to see how it looks. That is definitely a cowl hood. My buddy from Ohio had this on a Snapchat story, and I said, you know what, I'll take it. So then I had another buddy coming from Pittsburgh to Indiana who picked it up on the way. I know he did tell me that I need to buy some nuts for it because the factory ones will not fit on these studs. Also has one little chip here, one chip up there. He said that's just from it laying around his shop. He said he never installed it on a vehicle, so this is literally just dirt and dust and overspray from another shop that it was at. So we're gonna go to Tractor Supply, get some bolts for this really quick, and slap it on A-Man's truck. And if I like how it looks on his truck, I'll end up painting it for my mega cab. If not, I'll probably just leave it on his truck or throw it in the garbage, or I don't know. Hopefully I like it. What do you think they're gonna say when we walk in with this thing?
They're probably gonna say, "Welcome to Tractor Supply."
You know what you're doing there?
No.
So we're gonna take those bolts off. The washer fluid deals are not on that hood, so those will be just laying underneath the engine bay. And here you guys have it. The single cab cabin chassis 4th gen dually is now lifted on wheels and tires. The cowl hood that's supposed to go on Mega Cab, I bet Ashton ends up stealing that from me, so we'll see if that ever makes it onto my truck. If you guys didn't watch the last video, we put a 5-inch rough country lift kit on it with a 2-inch leveling puck, Airdog fuel system, full 5-inch exhaust from the turbo back, 26 infinite custom rock lights. Obviously, we just did the 20x12 TIS wheels on 37-inch tires. I think the next step we're going to do on this truck is definitely some new mirrors, headlights, a bumper with fog lights, and maybe a new grille. And then we'll probably get into the interior. Right now it has rubber floors. I think Ashton wants to change it over to the carpet floors, do a sound system inside there. With that being said, with this truck, you guys are probably wondering what has been going on with my Mega Cab. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know what's been going on with this thing. It's been sitting for like 7 months and I haven't touched it. It had a little bit of issues going on with it, so we went ahead and kind of threw it to the side. But now that this truck isn't thrown to the side, I guess I can kind of explain to where it's been and what happened with it. So when I went down to Florida Truck Meet back in the beginning of the year, it had a little issue on the way home to where it was not wanting to start with the remote start or the key. You have to smack the key around a couple times to get it to start. So we made it home with the truck, and my first thought was it needs batteries in the key. So we did that. That didn't fix the problem. Took it to the dealership. They said it needs the wind module, which is the ignition module that the key slides into on the dash. Let alone that the truck had, I think, 215,000 miles on it at that point. I bought the truck back like a year and a half ago with 140,000 miles on it. So obviously that shows that I drive the truck and I haul with the truck a lot. And it was probably getting tired under the hood. The truck already has a brand new transmission inside of it that I put in from BD about a year ago. But when all that stuff happened, I just figured, okay, I'm gonna grab a new motor for it. I'm gonna grab the ignition module. And when I get time, I'll get that thrown in. So I went and picked up a 60,000 mile motor from a buddy that lives out in Colorado. He brought that back for me to Wisconsin. I went up there, picked it up, brought it back, threw that in the truck, fixed the ignition, got everything reprogrammed. And now this thing runs perfect. Everything works as it should. I still have a couple of bugs though that I do want to work out of the truck before I go driving around the country. So lately I've kind of just been cruising it around town and haven't went out of like a 15-mile radius because right now I don't know this engine. I do know my last motor. That thing was a straight trooper. The original trans didn't last because it's a 68 and 68s are garbage. This truck is back on the channel. What we are gonna do next though is get rid of these baby wheels, get this truck all cleaned up again, do an interior detail on it. I definitely gotta clean out that engine bay because obviously it hasn't been touched or cleaned in about, I think I wanna say like 9 months now. So those will be going. I gotta get another air ride setup built for the rear. Obviously, I already talked about the bumper and the tailgate. That's gonna get redone. We'll probably grab a new exhaust for it, or honestly, no, we'll just grab a new exhaust tip because that exhaust is like brand new. With all that being said, that's gonna end today's video. I didn't want to do like a whole video on the Mega Cab just yet because the single cab looks literally insane, and how can I not want to share that with you guys? Unfortunately though, this truck lost its wheel and tires, but the wheel and tires did go to a good home, so that truck looks absolutely killer now. I'm still thinking about getting that hood put on my truck. That hood looks sick on Ashton's truck. Be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in a couple days with this truck in a way better looking form.